Hi nerds! Welcome to my channel, Jacqueline Discovers Books. I'm on a quest to read 100 books in 2025. Today I want to talk a little bit about some of my reading goals and some of the reading challenges that I've signed up for. For me, of course, the 100 book mark is important, but there are other goals I have in my reading this year that I want to hit. And then the reading challenges just kind of add a layer of fun for me. I like to meet the challenges, I like to set a goal and hit it. And then it kind of feels more like a game that I'm winning instead of just trudging through some books to hit a number. And so I really enjoy that part too. So I want to talk a little bit about what some of my reading goals and challenges that I'm going to at least try to do this year. So of course the biggest goal, reading the 100 books. That's the blanket number that I'm trying to hit. One thing I also want to always be doing is reading 3 books at a time. I want to be reading a physical book, an ebook, and an audiobook all at the same time. That seems to help me with my reading goals and to keep things moving at all times and not getting too stuck on one book. If I'm kind of in a sluggish pace with one book, I can be reading another book faster. And so I'm going to continue to do that. One of my goals was to restart my BookTube channel, so here I am, completing a goal. I also have a few different book lists that I want to read a few books from this year. Of course, we're all aware of the New York Times Best of the 21st Century So Far lists, and I, like most people, have been very interested to see those lists. I contributed to the list, and I am going to read 3 from both the critics category and the reader's choice category. So I feel like, I don't know if I'm gonna read every single book on those lists, but it's a lofty goal, and some of those books just will take forever and I'm so uninterested in reading them, but I'm gonna do as many as I can over the years. And maybe one day I will hit all 100 on both lists. That would be pretty cool. How beautiful this book is. The Book of Books. And it says, explore America's 100 best loved novels. And so it's not necessarily the best books of all time, it's the most loved books of all time. I mean, the pages here just have beautiful pictures. It'll list the book, it'll show the book and the author, and it's in alphabetical order, and it's very cool. So I wrote down every single book on here, and eventually I want to read all of them, and I want to read at least 3 this year, and just every year read 3, and eventually I'll get to all of them. I think I'm at 20 something done already, and so I'm on my way with that goal as well. I started to listen to a podcast last year that was listening to the Bible in a year, and I didn't finish. And so I want to finish that this year. That will feel like a really great accomplishment. And I haven't read the Bible in full in a very long time, many years. And so I feel really excited about that accomplishment as well. And it's, a big book. So it's a big accomplishment as well. I don't think I'm going to count it as towards like pages read, but maybe I'll count it as a book finished. One of the reading challenges I want to complete is the Booklist Queen's reading challenge prompts. She has 1 prompt for every week, so 52 total, and it's a wide array of prompts every year. I have been doing this for a couple years now. Some years I have not met the goal, and others I have. I always start out every year with wanting 1 book for each prompt, and then towards the end of the year I go back and try to reuse books 2 or 3 times for different prompts. Maybe that's considered cheating, I don't know, but I have completed the prompts without always reading the 52 books to hit that prompt. And this year I would like to hit the 52 prompts with 52 individual separate books. I actually discovered one of my very favorite books of all time through doing these prompts in the past. There was a time that one of the prompts was a Western, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna hate that. And I ended up reading Lonesome Dove because of that prompt, and it's top 5 favorite books of all time. So I am looking forward to branching out and reading different books in different genres, maybe some things that I wouldn't have necessarily read, and seeing maybe I'll find another favorite. So I really always look forward to that one every year. Also, I'm going to read one book from every Goodreads awards category. So it doesn't have to be the winner, just any book on the list of nominees. I'm gonna read a romantasy, I'm gonna read a fantasy, I'm gonna read a young adult book, I'm gonna read a horror book. I actually discovered a horror book I really liked one year when I did this. So just helps me broaden my horizons and make sure that I'm reading lots of different genres, you know, and discovering what I like and what I don't like. A lot of times I think I will not like it, and that's okay. Another maybe slightly odd goal that I've set for myself is to not update my Goodreads app as often as I have in the past. Sometimes I feel like I'm reading just for the update, and I want to read for the enjoyment, and so I'm only allowing myself to make an update when I've finished a book, or maybe like once a week in addition to that. So like on a Sunday evening, I think is the date I've set for myself that I could update percentages for any books at that point. And that just kind of helps me stay accountable to myself for not reading for a number too much. I want to be enjoying myself. And I know when I read 100 books a couple years ago, I often was reading to just finish the book and not so much the enjoyment of it. And I want to avoid doing that as much as possible this year. I'll talk in future videos in more depth about some of these lists and some of these goals and some of these reading challenges, but this is an overview of some of the goals that I've set for myself, and I am on my way to hitting a lot of those goals and reading some books off those lists, and some have been flops and some have been great, and I will talk about those in future videos as well. And so I look forward to you joining me on my journey.